Hello everyone, Onerous here with first episode in our Let's Learn Factorio Together series. So it's been a couple of years since I played Factorio, and even then I never really got too far into it. So I thought I'd pick it up again and we'd go in, we'd try to figure out how it all works, and along the way hopefully we can all learn something. So pure vanilla, I am running on version 17 on the unstable beta version, and we're going to leave all the defaults except we are going to add in the research queue, and we're just going to drop down the trees a little bit because no one wants to sit here watching me cut down a million trees. Um, Preview is a new thing since I've been playing Factorio, and I'm actually not going to use it because I like the exploration factor, not knowing where all the good resources are. Alright, so here we are. We're a little bit spread out. That's not too much of an issue. We've got some water up here for some power, and at the moment just the one biter nest. So let's let us begin. Now, like I said, I have played Factorio before, and I am aware of the basics and the epic need for iron plates. Alright, so let's see if we can find, perfect, a big rock, which we can get some stone and some coal, and then we can start getting in and pumping out some iron plates. Now, like I said, it's been a while since I've played, and there has been a fair few changes, and so we're going to be doing some math along the way, working out some efficiencies when it comes to belts and supplies. I probably say it's going to be a spaghetti base. I mean, I'd like to think we can have a nice clean bus from the get-go, but who are we kidding? It's going to spaghetti up. Alright, so even though I haven't played it for a couple of years, I have familiarised myself again with all the controls, and we just jump straight into it. Alright, let's pump out a few of these. And then as we're going along, we're going to build up our iron plates first, and then slowly get everything going. Come to me, iron plates. What do we actually need? 9 iron plates. Alright, well, let's get our quick bar going. We'll pop those on there for now. Of course, if you're absolutely new to the game, there's a few things we need to point out. So, by holding down Control and right-clicking, you put half a stack into a device. Alternatively, if you've got nothing selected, holding down Control and right-clicking will take half a stack out, even in here. So we don't want to put too much coal in because we do want to be able to fuel up our other miners, but we're just going to go through. We'll just keep on trucking. Okay, so another thing to point out, I'm using Q when I'm over an object. If I hit Q, it's the eyedropper tool, and it selects a copy of that object, and if you have one in your inventory, then it will place it. By default, if you have none of that object and you hit Q, you'll have a ghost in there, and this is one of the new settings. Pick ghost if no items are available. I turned that off because I actually found it really annoying. Early game, there's no bots, so having ghosts in place really doesn't make much difference. Alright, we're starting to get a bit of a supply. So what we really need to do now is probably start mining a bit of coal. And I have been watching a few Factorial videos just to get into it, and I did see something which I wish I had known when I first started playing, which is this little setup. We only need 1 coal to get it going. And as you can see, 1 coal pumps out a lot of coal from this miner, and then this miner is pumping coal into this miner, and they just slowly build up. And at the moment, we've only got two in the chain, so we're only building up slowly. But each coal that they burn is producing multiple coals, so it just keeps growing. And if you're wondering what I did there, holding down Control, click and hold on the first one, and then just drag over other ones of the same type, and you'll just pull out all the items that are in there. So we actually don't want to pull out all the coal there. That was likewise, if you hold down right click, you can put half a stack in each of those, and that is a quick way to draw resources out of a whole bunch of items. So we're going to make a few more of these, a few more of those, and we'll get a little bit of copper plate going. We don't need a whole lot of copper plate at the start, but as you can see here, no, that might be too many. So holding over an object and pressing R rotates it. So let's rotate that one. And now you can see this one's going to there, this one's outputting to there, and we have a nice little string of them. And we can improve on that even further by rotating that one, and now we have 6. And once they're all full with a stack of 50, we'll have 300 coal just by going like that. And as long as one of them has the tiniest amount of coal left when we pull all the coal out, the whole process will kick off. So that's a quick way to get a steady stream of coal early on. And we did say we were going to start copper plate. I don't think you need more than 2 copper plate early on in the game. It's fairly limited in its use early on. Probably power poles would be the... there's way too much in that guy. Power poles would be one of the only uses, and we don't have a whole lot of wood, so we do have to find some wood somewhere on the map, and that's probably going to be high priority because we're soon going to be wanting to start power, so we can get into science. Now this is the downside, of course, of putting wood down. There's a bit of wood over here. Alright, perfect. Yeah, the downside to reducing the amount of wood on the map obviously is early on you're going to struggle for power lines, but the advantage is you don't see me doing this for 20 minutes. And we're just going to keep going through, cutting down all these trees. Scintillating viewing, I know. But that is Factorio. Now, we do need the copper plate to start making poles. 1 wood to a pole, so we've got 30 poles. That's going to be enough to get us going for a while. We won't be too busy cutting down trees in the meantime. We do want to improve on this. We need coal, so we'll run down, we'll grab some coal. We are a little bit spaced out with these spots of resources. We want to get, obviously, we want to get everything going as quickly as possible, but one of the things we'll want is to get a radar going soon so we can see what's out on the map. Now again, as I said at the start, we didn't use the preview function, so we don't know what's around us, so the radar is definitely important to get it up and running. Alright, now we've got a fair bit of stuff on the go. We might as well make all of these. Holding down shift and clicking on an item in the construction bar will make everything you can possibly of that. Right clicking creates a stack of 5. So if you're new to the game, those are really important shortcuts to be mindful of. So here's a bit of water, and honestly it's pretty close to everything else, so I'd say this is going to be a great place to start our power off in. So first we need a pump, then we need a boiler, and we'll make say 2 boilers to begin with, and for every boiler we'll do 2 steam engines. So that worked out nicely. We had just enough resources. We'll need a underground pipe, and well, we actually don't need any of these to begin with, and I will show you why. So we have our underground pump, offshore pump. Not really sure if a lake counts as offshore. Fish. Oh yes, that is a new feature that wasn't around when I was originally playing. So fish, when held and clicked, eat and provide health, which is handy if you are fighting biters. Alright, so we've got an underground pipe. We'll just run that out as far as possible, and let's get a couple of boilers. So we are going to need coal up here, and for the moment we'll just be manually putting that coal in. But later on, once we get the automation going, we'll start feeding that in automatically. Alright, now these need power, so let's get our power poles. Let's pop them down here, and we will need one here, one over here, and then we will just bring it down to somewhere in the middle of our... Oh, no, that was stupid, so we want to leave some future. We'll go straight down, and then we'll run over this way a bit. As I said, we don't want a spaghetti, and I did just run at a diagonal, which is a little bit annoying, but that's okay. Alright, so we have power. Next we want to get going is science. So, what do we need for science? We need copper, and we need iron. Will just be a lot of handcrafting to begin with. There's no denying that. Might as well refuel stuff that needs it. So if you hover over, you can see on the right hand side how much of each resource is in there, and these guys need a little bit of love, so we'll pop some in there. And then we'll go over here, we'll grab some more iron, restock the iron. Ooh, geez, it gets dark, doesn't it? So if you notice, we'll see the irons on there. Alt is the shortcut key to show what is inside things. It also... if you noticed on the power, you saw where the water and the steam was indicated on the boilers. Nice little thing there. Let's just check. Yeah, we're running a little... it's alright for a while. Alright, but we've got some coal, so let's just fill it up. Alright, so now we can get a lab, and once we have a lab, we can do some science. So, we will definitely want automation very quickly, and turrets. Turrets and optics, yeah, that's always a good start. It is quite dark. So looking at that, we will need 10, 10, 10. We need 30 red science. We've got 15, 20, 25, 30. I'm probably going to cancel some of those because they do take a long time to make. But now that we have power, we can start thinking about electronic mining. Once we've got science going, always want science as quickly as possible, just to get that up to the state where we can get all the materials we want to be automated. So we have our science now, and I'll pop red science here for now. I'm definitely going to move that off. Hold down control, pop them all in there. And now let's think about the space we have. That pile of water there is a little bit annoying. I'm thinking buses. We could probably start running a bus here, maybe running it along here, so we can have a bit of smelting sort of in this region, a bus here, and maybe production over there and over here. And I don't want to go too far ahead and get everyone confused, so we'll just stick with the basics at the moment. We've got science up. I'm going to get a radar up. We'll learn turrets very quickly because we are going to be suffering biter attacks very soon, which will probably want military science pretty early on as well. What are we looking at for that? Another 10 science. So we are going to probably the first step of automation we'll do is semi-automate science for us, so we can get our red science made in a automation thing, and the name just eludes me, but we'll certainly have them now. Assemblers, assembling machines, there we go. And that'll be the first thing that we automate, but we'll just feed it from boxes because we don't want to be trying to run any buses too early. Alright. And look, I feel like we can start that automation now. For that we are going to need some inserters, so let's cancel all these. Let's get a few inserters, a box, and that's almost done. There we go. One assembler. So what we actually need is copper plate and iron gears. So we need an assembler to make the iron gears. Now iron gears need 2 iron plates. So we'll have 3 assemblers, 2 making iron gears, and 1 making copper, 1 making the science. And that will provide us with what we need. It'll all make sense when I show you. We're almost done. There we go. Okay. Oh. Geez, I've got a lot of them. We don't need that many, do we? Okay. There we go. Alright. So, what we want is these guys, you'll be making iron plates. And we can actually just make it yes, there we go. Okay, this is what we want. Let us get the boxes. We don't have enough boxes. Alright, we need another box. That pole is a little annoying, but it's alright. We can put this one here. Alright. So, like I said, to make red science, we need 1 copper plate and 1 iron gear. We need 2 iron plates. Alright, here we go. No, 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 no. Alright, let's get a stack of those and a stack of those. Of course I use control. There we go. Control left click, put all of them in there. Now we want you making those, because the thing is it takes half a second to make an iron gear. And we'll see that science takes a lot longer to make. Now I am going to have to remove that pole, which is sadly going to kill everything, but we'll put another one in like that, and that will power everything. So what we do, we get our inserters on our quick bar, because God knows we'll be using a lot of those. Okay, we want this iron plates to go in here, and well, there we go, copper plates. Let's get those a little bit closer. No, I have totally stuffed this up, haven't I? Because we need copper plates and iron gears to be going in. So we need another. Do we need another box? I think we do. Right, another box. Not enough iron. Made too much stuff, didn't we? And this is the fun of Factorio, figuring out some nice settings. Alright. So we've got our... Okay, now we might bring our box down. Put them in there too. Alright, they look very similar, which is a little bit annoying. Okay, here we go. And we have no more inserters. I might as well finish those off. Alright. So this is what we need. Not there, that's for sure. Alright, and now, this is going to make red science. We need gears, you should be having gears, like so. Alright, red science takes 5 seconds. So you only need 1 iron gear every 5 seconds. We are producing 1 iron gear every half a second, so we are producing 2 iron gears a second, which is enough to support That's right. 2 red sciences. Now, hold down Shift and right click, and that's now Shift and left click, and that copies and pastes our recipes, which is a nice little time saver. Now we want to move this guy here, and for now we'll just have him there. Let's get another power pole up here, and we'll build another one of those soon. Oh, we're out of inserters. Oh, well, that's just a little bit annoying, isn't it? Let's get some more copper. Might as well feed the beast while we're here. And we'll get some more iron. Do we have enough for... yeah, we can build some more inserters now. Alright, while we're running around, it's always good to have something on your build queue, because otherwise you're just going to be sitting around building it later. So we can now fill all these up. A fair bit of coal on us. We are going to want to start thinking about defense. So we will want walls as well as turrets. But for now I am going to get a little bit more science going, because we want to speed that up as much as possible. Of course, we've got to stop all these inserters from building so we can build our second science. Now, so we've got turrets. Now, turrets are another thing that we want a lot of. What do we need to build a turret? We need 20 plate, copper, and gears. Alright, so we can't automate that just yet because we've got 3 components. We're going to have to be building those on our person. But we do want to get those up and running, and we want to have some ammo to support that. Now we're getting to a point where we're going to need more copper plate. So we're going to have to start building a few more of these. We're not quite ready for automated mining just yet. A few more things we want to get before we go down that path, but let's just get these turrets up and running. And like I said, we do need to get some radars happening. So we can see we've got a biter nest down here. We might be able to clear that out. We've got turrets now. We can definitely clear that out. But we do want to protect our mining areas. Oh, there we go. Okay. We might wait for military. Once we've got military, we'll go clean out that nest. We'll get our submachine gun. How are we going up here? Look, we've got a little bit of extra science building up. So we might be able to build a couple more. Do we have materials for that? We can get materials. Well, we'll pop a... okay, we do want to make sure that we have our radar going, and that all of our precious science and radar is protected. Definitely want to get some ammo in that gun. Alright. Now, we are going to need a lot more ammo and iron plates. Do we have the stone? Yes, we do. We have the stones. Alright. For now, we can just sort of feed that, feed that. There we go. Let's just get some coal happening there. Alright. Our research is done. Where do we want to go down? We definitely need logistics. We definitely need walls. We definitely need steel. We definitely need green science. I mean, we need everything at this point. I think we want to start... let's do that. Let's do that. Let's do that. And let's do that. We'll see... we might drop that off the queue. We've got a lot of red science to be building. we will want... excellent. Alright. Works out well. Probably don't need them quite just yet, but let's get some giants up here. So there, we're just going to feed the red science through, so these won't build up, these won't build up, and we'll just have a, once we get rid of these. Alright, we will have our one here, and the other one here. And there we go, see the red science just feeds through them. Now these have two, these have enough, and this is like maxed out, so we've got to make sure we keep these fed. We are actually out of iron. So luckily we have bumped up our iron production. So let's just plonk, plonk, plonk. There we go. And might as well put this copper in there now, for now as well, hey? There we go. Alright, that'll keep us in science for a while. Let's get a few more ammo. We just used up all our iron. We do want to start protecting these places. We don't want biters tearing apart everything just yet, and then we will go on the offensive. We want to get our SMG up. Oh, I needed some copper, I should have picked that up on the way. Now as we're learning Factorio, obviously there is a lot of running backwards and forwards. Eventually we'll set up a mall. If you're not familiar with what a mall is just a location on the map in your base where all the stuff you commonly need is available. So stuff like ammunition, turrets, logistical stuff. We probably want to protect our iron just in case. Oh, looks like we're out of power. We'll have to protect our power as well. We are fairly light on ammunition, so I might just only pop a little bit in here, but we're probably out of coal, I would say. That's stopping all our power. And the first bit of automation we need is to get that coal flowing. Now, as you can see, our coal patch here, if we go to the map, it is minuscule. So we're not going to be loaded on coal for a while. We are going to have to do some exploring. We have to find some bigger patches of everything, and once we get all that going, we'll have a nice little area. But the next thing we want to do is probably take out that nest. I don't have fond memories of biters. What did we just finish? Oh, I wasn't even paying attention. Alright, so let's think about what we want to be doing. Let's grab a couple more turrets and we'll do some creeping. We did want to create our SMG. Iron plates. Early game, iron plates are the bane. Eventually, once we get a decent production set up, we'll be able to run a nice little bus and not have to worry about it anymore, which is the whole point of automation, isn't it? We are just burning through the science, and most of it is not stuff that we're going to be using. Okay, let's get our submachine gun. And let's equip that once it builds. Alright, let's see if we can see what this little nest entails. Where are you, biters? Ooh, a worm. We got a worm, 2 worms, 3 worms. Okay, that's all it is. Worms are not nice, but at least we can dodge them, so okay. We probably don't want that. We need to get some ammo in there. Tap across. Okay. Now, as long as you move fairly erratically. They do actually target where you're running to, so moving after they fire, change direction after they fire, and they won't hit you. Keep moving at the time, and they will. And look, we've actually uncovered another nest down here. This one might be a good one for some turret creep. And these guys are coming in anyway. Alright, so we don't have enough ammo. Let's see, how much ammo can we craft on us? That's nowhere near enough. We need a couple of stacks of ammo, so let's think about getting a bit more ammo happening. We might do a little assembly. I'll zoom in so it doesn't look like we're running at 2 kilometers an hour. So what we'll do, we'll set up the assembly. We will go fix up that little little nest, and probably at that point we'll call it. All right, so let's grab a couple of assemblers. Actually, we don't need that one just yet. We've got enough inserters. We have a box. All right, so box. We are going to put some iron in there. Well, good job, buddy. We are going to make this ammo. We are going to need another box. Give me those iron plates, please. Make a couple of boxes, and then we'll pop the iron plates back in here. Alright, this will be our ammo box. We'll get another inserter. And there we go, okay. So we'll pump out some ammo, slowly but surely. What's holding up? We need 4 iron plates and a second, and we're only doing 1 iron plate a second. Well, we can speed that up just a little bit. There's that pole. There's that pole. We can speed it up a little bit. Alright, what are we at? How did I stuff that up? That's what I did. Okay. And pop you in there. Alright. So now we're getting enough iron to just keep pumping that out. There we go. So that's 4 a second. These guys basically do 1 a second. Fortunately, the inserter math is really weird, but they'll just keep going. Alright, so we're going to need to pump that full of iron plates. Alright, let's get this. We don't actually have any steel available, but we'll make some steel pickaxes nonetheless. Alright, let's get that stack in there. Let's get that stack in there, and yeah, you can have that lot. Alright, how much am I? Yeah, there we go. Now we're talking. Wouldn't be a bad idea. Well, let's just go clear out. Clear out these guys with some turrets. Early game biters are not a real problem. So we shouldn't die, but hey, no guarantees in life, is there? Alright, so we'll pop this turret here. We will get a little bit of ammo in that. And then we'll pop these ones in here. And then we pick this guy up. So the trick is just keeping these in range of the previous turret. Yeah, and as you can see, we're making short work. Okay, so spitters, this is where life gets a little bit more fun. We'll get this guy over here, get those killed, and then we're going to jump in here. I'm shooting. That's not working at all, is it? Alright. So, ooh, don't stand in the goo. Alright, we need to bring these a bit closer, don't we? Push now then on. So we don't want it to be in spitter range. Okay. We might just have to target these manually. Oh yeah. Okay, the 3 of them is not good. Well, there we go. We died. We definitely needed a bit more ammo, definitely needed some more turrets. Such is life, isn't it, in early game Factorio. Well, look, it's been about, well over time, so we might just call it there. And next episode we will regather and take out those biters and start getting some automated coal and get into some heavy iron plate production. So we'll set up a nice little mining belt and a nice little sort of smelting blueprint over here, and we will start thinking about running a bus over here on the other side of these cliffs. Alright, thanks for watching and see you next time.